This was Muammar Gaddafi, sitting in a tent outside Rome. You probably must have asked yourself, why did this African leader choose to stay in a tent whenever he traveled abroad? Muammar Gaddafi was famous for his eccentric habit of setting up a Bedouin-style tent whenever he traveled overseas. This tent wasn't just a place to sleep. It was a carefully crafted symbol of his identity as a nomadic leader who rejected Western materialism, even though his actual lifestyle was far from modest. Gaddafi came to power in 1969 by overthrowing the Western-backed monarchy, positioning himself as a revolutionary leader who rejected colonialism and imperialism. The Bedouin tent was a visual rejection of Western-style palaces and embassies, symbolizing his connection to Libya's nomadic heritage. By living in a tent, he presented himself as a man of the desert, a true Libyan leader uncorrupted by foreign influence. This resonated with his pan-Arab and pan-African rhetoric, presenting him as a champion of anti-imperialism. When he set up his tent in foreign capitals, it forced host nations to accommodate his demands, creating a psychological advantage. For example, while visiting New York in 2009, he attempted to pitch his tent in Central Park, but his request was denied by New York City officials. Also, in 2010, in Rome, he hosted Italian politicians inside his tent, forcing them to engage with him on his terms. This tactic gave him a sense of control over Western leaders. In Europe, the presence of the tent sometimes caused awkward diplomatic moments, as officials weren't sure how to handle a head of state who insisted on living in a tent on their soil. The tent, for Gaddafi, was also a way to remind Libyans and the world that he was not bound by conventional rules. Even in Libya, the tent was part of his image, permanently set up on palace grounds as a stage for meetings. The tent was a blend of tradition and luxury. While it looked like a simple desert shelter from the outside, the inside was often decked out with plush carpets, ornate cushions, and even air conditioning. But the tent was also a contradiction. While Gaddafi presented himself as a humble man of the people, his private jets, armored convoys, and hidden palaces told a different story. By the time of the 2011 uprising, many Libyans saw the tent for what it was, a theatrical prop masking the excesses of his regime. After his fall, the tent became a strange relic of his rule.